Okay, friends, what we're going to do is we're going to switch gears a little bit. What we're going to do is we're going to work on stuff for portfolio review, where we're going to look specifically at ways that we can improve our writing based on our profiles. Now, friends, can you open up your notebook, please, to the first page so you can look at your questionnaire that you have? Everyone, please look up here. Okay, friends, we're going to be working on our portfolio reflections. Now, we've done one for math, we've done one for art, we've done one for science, we've done stuff for social studies. What we have to do now is for writing, okay? And so what we're going to do...
Portfolio assessment is really the most authentic and meaningful way, I feel, that students can really assess their work, and also teachers can also evaluate student work. There are many different definitions for what a portfolio is. In our particular school, a portfolio is a collection of work that the students have worked on over the course of the year. And they've taken these different pieces and they've really studied what they've learned, they've studied what things they can improve on, and they've also kind of set out goals from where they need to go next with each individual piece of work.
Alice and I are going to pass back your finals that you have here of the profiles that you did at the beginning of the year. I want you to focus on 3 sentences that you wrote. With each of those sentences, now knowing what you know about adjectives, what you know about nouns, I find it quite interesting. Good. Friends, what you now know about nouns and what you know about verbs, you can make that writing stronger. So I want you to take 3 of those sentences, and then with the second part, what you're going to do is that you're going to take each of those old sentences, and then you're going to make them stronger. You're going to make them come alive.
Within every 2 to 3 weeks, students collect work that they've done. It ranges from all the different subject areas, so it can be math, science, writing, reading. And what they do is they take those particular works and they first ask, is this something that I can really talk about? Is this something I can write about to show my learning? After identifying that particular pieces, they write out a reflection. So they're asked to do, what is this work about? What are things that I've learned from it? What things am I going to move on from here? And why is this particular piece meaningful to me? The next part, what they do is that they go through a process of drafting, talking with the teacher, examining the particular work, looking at the goals, and then setting up new goals to improve their work. Okay, so that's one adjective that you had to. Okay. And his favorite soccer team is the Boston Breakers. Same way that you gave more detail for the word for this particular piece, what's another way that you can add more detail to Boston Breakers? Well, okay, let's do it this way. I know you like baseball. How would you describe the Red Sox?
Hard to beat.
Hard to beat. Okay, so you can say the hard to beat Red Sox. Okay. Now, you could also maybe do the same thing with Boston Breakers, right? The hard to beat Boston Breakers. Hard to beat, if you were to add that in, right, would be describing Boston Breakers more. But do you know a lot about the Boston Breakers?
Not really.
No, I don't either. So how would you?
I
I think what happens with portfolios is that it really requires a more one-to-one relationship. It requires a more in-depth study of what a child can do, and also what a teacher can do to shape instruction. Okay, here he has a fish, and then you added gold to describe the fish. I think you can also talk about a little bit more about the goldfish. How would you describe it?
Big and yellow.
Okay, yeah, so those are things that you can add into it to make it more descriptive.
When we're on that one, is there something you would do differently? Should we actually write, I wrote these 3 sentences,
Yeah.
I changed them to this?
You could change them, yeah.
Okay.
Yep, that would work. Can you show me the sentences you had before?
Yeah.
And then Rosar, I'll check yours too. Okay, what was your first sentence?
I asked him what his favorite subject was.
Okay. And what did you write next?
I queried to him, what is your favorite subject and why do you like it?
Okay, so you used a different verb this time. Okay, it's a stronger verb. What about number 3?
You mean this one?
Oh, yeah. It took me
3 days to write it out.
Took me 3 days right now. What did you change it to?
It dragged out 3 long, tiring, used-up days for me to type the seemingly endless list of numbers.
That's good. That's good. I think portfolios assessment is important. It's because it gives opportunity for teachers to really get to know their students. It really looks at all the complexities of what their work represents. When a kid does a piece, it isn't just something that's written, but it has many other things that are involved with it. Any educator will tell you that it's not just me teaching this lesson, but it's also working on the social emotional growth of this child. It's working how this child works with the community, how this child works with the family. So I think one of the most powerful things about portfolios is that it really looking at the whole picture of the child. And then a lot of kids too are really shut off initially when they start because they can't perform in the most traditional sense, like on a standardized test, and really opening up those opportunities for them to really express themselves in a variety of different ways makes them feel successful. And when they feel successful, then other successes will just fall in line.